Hello, passionaire out there. Good to see all of you tonight. We're going to talk about one particular passion, which young people, you guys probably just love to hear about this, about beauty. Well, let me take that back. All of us, this is one passion that's oftentimes got ignored, sometimes put too much emphasis on. Look at the Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. How many people actually put up a TikTok or Instagram just for the sake of beauty and or be looking beautifully? And I've seen now the young people going on proposals and all the, I call it high beauty people. So, hey, we're going to talk about beauty tonight. So, don't miss it. And if you are first time here, you are welcome. This is our global passionaire community. We call people with passion, passionaire, right? You probably watch a something called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? You answer 6 questions. Hey, if you answer it right, you can get call your friend, call expert, talk to audience. But once you get past 6 questions, you are a millionaire. But to be a passionaire, what you have to do is love what you do and do it well for life. That's kind of our goal. And every week we oftentimes have passionaire that's so bold they just come online and talk about their life and their passion. But tonight we don't have anybody on. But we have one passion that's so crucial, is about beauty. and beauty is a passion. Let me just elaborate on that one. And beauty is a passion that it's very intuitive, yet it's very sophisticated. I've worked with people with like 2.0. That means the highest in the world in terms of their assessment. And I work with people -2, which is the lowest in the world, and people in between. So this passion is really a very misunderstood passion. So, hey, let's dive right in. Your first time today is talk about beauty. Now, let me start with the question. Do you have a moment in your life? Now, I want you to just take a big pause. Like, do you have a moment in your life? I emphasize a moment in your life. It's not about accomplishment. It could be. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Like one moment in your life, you really feel like, wow, you just like almost like couldn't breathe and you're willing to put down everything. It's like, wow, that's beautiful. And I asked that question when I travel around the world, and the guy just chiefly raised his hand like, yeah, when I met my girlfriend. Well, yeah, okay. well, that's probably going to be quite a moment. So I want to take a pause right now. Like, do you have a moment in your life? It has to associate with time, associate with because beauty, the true beauty is going to make time stop. Okay, the true beauty is going to just pause the clock, and you are almost willing to stay there like forever. All right, so have you been in that moment? Okay, so that's why a lot of young girls today, they really pay. Well, I should take that back. Most of the girls love their wedding to be beautiful because they want to seize that moment. It's just like, wow, that moment want to just stop, clock, stop. Okay, yeah, that's a beauty, right? So beauty can make clock stop. But I'm married for 28 years, and my wife's still beautiful. But I know, seriously. So, but I have to tell the honest answer. Like, she doesn't look like the way she used to be when she was in college. You guys, of course, we change. I change. But 28 years of marriage, when I look at her, when she's still beautiful to me, it's more than just a look, more than just what Instagram could present. It's more than just the lens, the filter. That it's something that I call it. So it's really, which quadrant, which part of this 4 color that does beauty actually belong to? It starts with a very difficult question when I first started looking into this research, look at the data space that we have, is that I want to look at it very scientifically, okay, not just like emotionally. Which part of this full quadrant that does beauty belong to? Okay. No, I mean, people think beauty belong to, a lot of people put beauty here on the yellow part, which is called do. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have high beauty because I don't know how to paint something beautifully. I don't know instrument. I don't sing well. I cannot make a beautiful a building. And a lot of people put beauty on the do quadrant. We call the administrator quadrant, where you get things done, right? You don't know how. But I've discovered people who don't know how to do beautiful thing. They may not be a musician. They may not be an artist, but they have also been doing or presenting something beautiful. So you don't need to be the best painter to really have high beauty. Well, so it doesn't belong to, and be honest with you, people with high beauty, when they make beauty their profession, a lot of them just like lost that sense of beauty. When you have to do that beautiful thing for life to make money, it just tastes differently. You see that? So if you start with the pure beauty when you are young, now beauty is your career, is where you make money. This is time for you. Hey, beauty doesn't belong to the do quadrant, Yeah, you could try to practice and all that, but it's not there. All right. So we try to put beauty in the connect quadrant, which was people, right? And people think, a lot of people just put beauty in the connect quadrant, right? So when people think you are beautiful, you are beautiful. All right. So that's why Instagram, all this filled with high beauty people, muscle, tone, shape. I know. Okay, you catch eyes, but if you put beauty just in this quadrant, it's feel weird because people change. The way people look at beautiful things keep changing, and if you just so there are other passions there that kind of substitute for your true beauty. And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of artists, their painting become famous after they die. I don't want to go there because they did what they think beautiful, regardless how people look at them. See, and that process is enjoyable. And if your beauty has to connect with people, I don't know. There are other passions there really can satisfy you, but really not beauty. Okay. So a lot of people put beauty on the belief quadrant. We're like, yeah, I believe people are good. Beauty is something like I have to do. Must have faith for. Beauty is, they keep preach about it. They keep talking about it. All that, beauty put into context of, like, so that's why if you win a beauty competition, doesn't mean you are the most beautiful one. All right. I bet you can go on beauty contest. The winner may not be the most beautiful one because everybody have a different opinion, right? And so if you put beauty into a business, that's this quadrant is about. Well, yeah, but so when we really start the research, when we step back and say, where does beauty belong? And from thousands and thousands of people's passion data, this is real. We have them, and they start to cluster together. Okay, so all the passions start to cluster together. Cluster means like they work well together. They well like a oil machine together. All right. So and beauty doesn't fit on this three quadrant. I'm surprised to find. It's really a shock for me to find after we look at the clusters of how passions work together. Beauty doesn't work for like detail, system, repeat, professional training. A lot of people say, I'm not professionally trained. You don't have to be professionally trained to be beautiful. to express your beauty. Of course, I prefer you can add that later on for, that's another thing we'll talk about, right? But and it doesn't belong to people's side. Connect. It's not a tool for you to connect with people, to impress people, to get people's approval. And it doesn't even belong to the, so where does it belong? Shockingly, it's to me, after we done a study, beauty clusters with, we call it E quadrant, entrepreneur quadrant. Doesn't mean start company. That's one meaning of entrepreneur, but it's entrepreneuring. It means visionary. It means about your thought, your mind, not even about emotion. The true beauty doesn't have to come, will engage emotion, but it doesn't come from emotion. And so the beauty is a mindset. And beauty belongs, this red quadrant basically about thoughts, about your thinking. And it belongs to idealism, which is ideology, well, not narrowly, but how you think about the people around you, how the perspective. And beauty belongs to this quadrant, and it's what's powerful. It's a mind opener for me. It's like, wow, beauty belongs to this quadrant. It's surprise. It works so well with curiosity. So Einstein is a Princeton, say in Princeton, and he played violin beautifully. See, the mathematician, the greatest physicist maybe in the 20th century, express the beauty through violin, and you can keep seeing like that work that pair up very well. And beauty pair up very well with experience, which is like creativity, right? Out of box thinking, okay? And traveling. You see that? And actually beauty pretty team up well with eating. It's the same quadrant, okay? Because most of people high eating. I have a client, it's very funny. He scored minus 2.0, the lowest in beauty, but his eating is 2.0. He just look at me and he say, hey, Coach K, what kind of business do you think I'm in? So I say, well, you are in the food industry because your eating is 2.0, but your food doesn't have to look good. It just tastes good. He just starts to laugh. So his business making number one manufacturer in Taiwan. Making the barbecue sauce. Hey, so barbecue sauce make your meal taste good, but the barbecue sauce, the package doesn't have to look good. He started laughing so loud. He's the CEO of that company. So, hey, but most of people, when you are high eating, it works very well with high beauty, right? Come on, guys. You go to the restaurant, the ambient, the candle, the color coordination, So you see, so beauty is really a passion that belongs to this red quadrant. And I love you guys to see that's part of where this motivation science really, so in that case, I start to work with a lot of clients, and we find that if you want to restore your dream, let me tell you, if you are right now in a situation you feel post-pandemic, oh man, I don't want to go back to school. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? You just don't want to wake up in the morning. You like anxiety. And so I want to bring this little trick to you. Beauty may be a catalyst or a little key that helps you unlock back to that dream quadrant again, regardless your score. Because beauty is something that when you understand what that is, you will start to appreciate that you can slow down the clock and you can turn something around. Like, oh, it's amazing. And I want you to know. So remember my first question for you when we started. Take a and say, do you remember a moment in your life that you just feel the clock stops and you don't want to get out of that place, and things, or that moment turn to be beautiful in your mind, and that will be there forever? Have you been there? I recently have a friend who He's from China. He came to the US many times as a businessman, but he just shared a very personal experience with me. While he's sharing, he started crying, and as a grown man. Okay, so we were in a Chinese restaurant, and I was a little bit embarrassed, like, oh man, like what's going on? Did I, like two men talking, one man keep crying, like, bawling his eyes out. He said, Coach K, I just took a car. He drove through across America from, I believe, from San Diego, starting there, 31 or 40 days across America. And he just described that journey. And he's a successful businessman, a marketing genius, highly held young man in China. And he's overseeing thousands of people in his company. And so, but he now left alone in US, lost. And he didn't realize part of that trip, there's no GPS signals. So he booked hotel, 5-star hotel another way, but he couldn't get there because he didn't have signal. He didn't have the map. So he got lost all across this land. And according to him, he got lost. But everywhere he got lost, when he was lost in time and location and where he is, he started to trust I don't know what that is called. He just trusted. I don't know why he's trusted. But he started just almost like wandering across this land. And he described some of the moment. He just say he used to take picture. He's a marketing guy. So he's like, all the Asian people, like, oh, picture, no, he was like that. But now in this trip, he actually get rid of the cell phone. And he just described one place where he got lost completely. He didn't even know how he get there. When he arrived there, it was two old couples hand in hand. Look at that sunset. I think it's around Grand Canyon. And he couldn't even know where that place is. He couldn't go back and reproduce that moment because it's not on the map. It's not famous, but he just stopped across the highway and saw two old couples hand in hand before the sunset. And he just stood there like, where's my camera? And then he told himself, I don't need a camera. I'm going to take this moment in the sunset. He started crying. I'm like, whoa. But by the way, he scored 2.0 beauty. So that's why. Okay. And so he just like described that moment like, Coach K, I don't even need a picture for it. I don't need a record for it. I didn't even want to go back to that place again. It is enough just to be there that moment and take that in. Take that in. See, that's a true beauty that you don't need a picture of it. You don't see if you never have that moment in your life and you keep going on social media, try to, like, people say, I'm young, I'm entitled to put the most beautiful moment of my life online. Shut up, okay? Sorry, I know, but that's not beauty. That's acceptance. That's saving. That's status. Don't mistreat beauty. The true beauty, like this young man, he said, I don't even need a digital record of it. It's in here. I have enough beauty. I don't need anything else. You see that? Hey, this is you got to know that. If you haven't tasted, experienced it, you don't know what beauty is. If you still stay on connect, on do, on belief, and you think that's beauty, and you just like, that's me, that's eternity. No, I want you to know that beauty belongs to your mindset. The true beauty is something eternal. It's so yeah. Why my wife for 28 years or married still, we actually know each other more than 30 years. Did she look more beautiful when she was in college? Well, that's a tough answer. See, don't answer it, Coach K. You are going to get in trouble. That's a tough question to answer. Right? But you know what? She's beautiful to me because there's 28 years of those moments that I can't explain to you. I don't have a record of it. I don't. That's enough. You see, young girl, please hear me. Woman out there, hear me out. You want to grab a man's heart? Those beautiful moments are more important than how well. Yeah. Let me take that back. Yeah, some of you have to be kind of like, yeah, I understand. But if you create that kind of beautiful moment together, you don't need a digital camera. You don't need an Instagram to save that image. No, hey, that's eternal. I want you to know that. And I don't even score high beauty, folks. Okay. My beauty number is in the middle, but I kind of even so, I know how it worked. You know how it worked. Back to those moments, you feel like it's like, wow. If you see somebody take a digital camera, forget about it. That's our beautiful moment. That's saving, that's family, that's interdependence, that's teamwork, that's all that. Beautiful, no problem. But have you ever experienced the true, genuine beauty? And you know, if it's powerful, folks. It's one of the most powerful drive you can have if you know that this kind of thing, this kind of passion exists, and if you start to open your mind how to appreciate it, even on daily basis. Oh, imagine how your and my life could change. All right, so and I have so many story about beauty and let me pick one. All right, now I'm going to change my background. I know this is one picture. I know it's but you have to hear me out. Okay, my background going to change now. Some of you may know this picture. Let me get rid of myself, get it smaller. This is a meme on the internet, and let me just get rid of this. Let me be here. Here. Have you ever seen this picture in the internet? All right, so it's a fake picture, by the way, and it propagates through all internet. And people put in all language, different language, Chinese, Finnish, German language, and Germany and Japanese, because they comment on this. It's a meme. It's very, very cruel. And some of the subtitles say, hey, wait until you explain this to your children, right? So, and like, you cannot hide and all that. It's very, very cruel. But I want you to take this picture again. So this is plastic surgery. Actually, I'll give you the backstory. I'll explain beauty a little bit on this, so you know this is very crucial. Now, this is what I say. It plastic surgery, a lot of it is about beauty, right? And I'll give you the backstory. This young lady actually got into deep depression because she participated in this without knowing it will be used this way. So this is just a real person. She never had plastic surgery, okay? And it's totally ruined her model life and her life once for all. It's also ruined this young lady's life here. And somebody photoshopped, so her eyes look much. She was a beautiful young lady. This is okay, girl. So if you look at this, is like, this is what this where I really want to, why I want to explain this to you is because you see, this beauty is used in what? In the connect. This actually used by a competition. So people grab this. So I don't want to go to the story, but this is used in the competition, okay, for marketing firms to compete for the #1 prize. This picture did win the first prize in that competition. Now, you see that? When the beauty is connected in the wrong place, that's why people misunderstand about beauty. And look at that, the live ruin here. I don't know about the male model. He's lucky because, you know, but people also blame the girl, the wife, supposed here. Why shouldn't be the guy going through plastic surgery? You see that? So I want you to look at the picture, and in the middle, I think the baby also get Photoshop. But I have a challenge for you. Can you find anything beautiful from this picture and the backstories? I'm serious. Now look at the picture. Can you find anything beautiful from here? No, this is a challenge. See, that's why, when you have a beautiful mind, wow. See, Joyce put something, hey, that's what we practice. Joyce said, a family being together is beautiful. You see that? Unfortunately, they are not real family. But even they are real family together, even so, it's beautiful. You have a family picture together. How many of you take a family picture every year? You see, it's not the picture look beautiful. It's that moment everybody spend time gathered together. And yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. See, I want you to see this kind of thing. Like when you have a beautiful mind, you can always see the most ugly situation with a beautiful perspective. Hey, anybody else online, can you see a different perspective from this? This story has so many layers. You don't see that? There's so many layers to this, but it's triggered by the need for beauty. You see that? It's triggered by the need for beauty. You see all these layers come, the connection with people, to please people. And but anybody, you have another, like, if you look at this from all this layer of story, can you see true beauty out of this? Anybody else? Take a try. You can try this. I know this is a tough one. So I want to give you this. So I want to leave it on internet too. It's like, actually, the disturbance news is real. Yeah. And the story came to life. This lady's life always ruined. So I want you to know this is not how the beauty is supposed to do its job today, folks. There are so many online story, dating story, relation story ruined by online image, online post. People I coach, young people, old people, I've seen so many disasters happen online just because we misuse beauty. We want to get beauty from the wrong place, the wrong quadrant. How about that? And look at this. This is how many people's life get ruined by this, and just a need for beauty. So I want you to put this as a background, just to remind us. This is how beauty is. That's from the passion language. This is how beauty is done. So let me go back. Yeah, to go back to this quadrant. Yeah. So hey, if you say you are high beauty or medium beauty or low beauty, I have a good news for you. I want your mind to be beautiful. And it is something that we have to almost to give up other quadrants so that beauty can be beauty again. And I have a business client who work in the recycling industry, and his business is all about taking people's junk, right? So he's running the junkyard, he's collecting garbage from people, but he scored 2.0 high beauty. All right, so you will be shocked when you walk into his recycling plant now here in New Jersey and New York and Connecticut. It's clean. He has high odor, but he has 2.0 beauty. Now I'm saying he make his recycling plant look like a museum. No, it's clean. And if you walk in, it's like, wow. And he actually make a station where the street people bring the garbage in. So they weight it and look at the material and hand out their reward, right? So he make that place beautiful. He say, I want to make it look like McDonald's or KFC. So when they come in, they can be there waiting, take a cup of coffee, and feel beautiful. feel beautiful. Hey, he's a businessman, right? This is your business, but he make that front end, that cashier place for the street people beautiful, beautiful. And hey, so you see that a owner of a recycling plant or junkyard basically is able to bring that 2.0 beauty to his business. And to him, that's valuable. It's something he really think he provide to his clients, regardless who they are, where they come from, how minimal they feel. They collect garbage from the street, but they deserve to have a moment of beauty. Hey, come on. Hey, that's what it is. So do you want to get out of some of the funks that you are going through, throughout? Maybe beauty could work in this quadrant to help you just to trigger that dream again, just to be able to surface above the water, the ocean, the waves, and say, hey, whew, here I am. So when is the last time you are able to appreciate beauty, the true beauty? When was that? And I have people come to me and, but, I have one moment like that, that's when my son, Zach, was born. All right. He was born in a snowy day, January, all right, and in Albany, New York, upstate New York. And it was snowy day, almost 6 feet of snow, right? Snowstorm. And I was there waiting for him to come out and, accompany my wife. The first time when he came out and when the doctor just left him up, it was beautiful, folks. To you, he may not look beautiful as a baby. No, wrinkles on his face is like, who is this little, But in my eyes, it is beautiful. That life is beautiful. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I've been waiting for him 10 months in mother's womb. I talk to him every day. But the first moment when he show up, upside down, he couldn't even communicate with me. He's like upside down and wrinkled like an old man, a very old man, and this little man. That moment just stopped. The clock stopped. I was like, I couldn't control, start crying. Not because I'm so moved, emotional. No, I don't feel emotion, anything. It's a genuine beauty of life. A life that's come out, not just it's 10 months. It's I don't know how to describe it, because when my wife got pregnant and he's a miracle child, we couldn't have baby for 10 years. And the doctor said, hey, this baby, according to the statistic, he has like 100 times higher chance of not normal, not normal. Do you want to get rid of him? No, the doctor didn't say that, but the doctor's basically hint like, the chance that he will be Down syndrome is about 160 times than normal. My wife and I just look at the doctor and say, doctor, thank you for the information. I appreciate you doing your job. But you know what? Even so, we want him. Okay. Now he was born. I'm not just emotionally, he's okay, he's normal. I don't care. When I look at that little thing, not little thing, the little eye, little leg, I was crying. That moment is precious. And it's still stuck in my mind forever. And those are the moments we savor. We appreciate. This word doesn't even describe it. This is the moment where you dwell. It's where you almost live for. Okay. Do I sound like I'm high beauty? I'm not. My beauty number is only 3.5 out of 2. But you can see even that impact me tremendously. You see that. So all the high beauty people out there, I understand you are looking for it, but you have to know it's coming from here. Not from your eyes, not from your mouth, how beautiful you sing, not from your, it's here, it's here. It's a mind, it's beautiful. And one more experience, and this is from the Christian experience. And I'm not trying to preach to you. Don't just turn off the channel now. But I was a teenager. I was invited to a place called Prayer Mountain, and it was very beginning of that Prayer Mountain. So I was there as a teenager, and my I didn't come from a wealthy family. So when it's Chinese New Year or like a Christmas here, people spend money treating family, open up party. We didn't have money, so one Chinese New Year, my mom decided to go to Prayer Mountain. You know why? Not because we are religious, because Prayer Mountain, everybody there fast, so nobody eat nothing. So in the Chinese New Year, imagine Thanksgiving that the whole family go to a Prayer Mountain fast for a week. Okay, that's what I did as a teenager. So I fasted for a week. I'm hungry and all that. And then I was invited to a bunch of people who worship. And then stepping, I was in awe. Those people, they are, we call it like Aboriginal people in Taiwan. Okay, so they don't look like me. I'm more like typical Chinese or Japanese looking. They have different look. Aboriginal people, and they start have a worship service. I step in. That's the first time I feel music is beautiful. I don't know what song they sing. The pianist, start with the pianist. His finger is shorter than mine. My finger is pretty short already. His finger is half my size, half my length. And his short finger on the piano, like, and I'm like, what is this guy? And later on, I know he never trained one day classically. He doesn't even read. He doesn't know what chords are. He has no idea. And his 10 short fingers on the piano, like, okay, and it's beautiful. He make wrong notes too, but it's beautiful. And then they start singing and they harmonize. And it's more than just 4. It's not just tenor, like it's like 5, 6 different harmony, 10. I think I tried to count it. It just, everybody just, and they move in the rhythm. I'm like, whoa, where is this place? And they look different than I am. I was a teenager boy, hungry. My family doesn't have money. I'm so hungry after 3 days not eating. No, I'm serious. As a teenager boy, okay, Prayer Mountain. But I forgot. I didn't eat. The hunger was gone. I was in there, and the music become a power, that rhythm, that harmony, and that. And I start to just, and they invite me in. I'm like, wow. And they have that genuine love toward God. And it's not performing. They are not recording something. I'm so sick and tired of some of today's worship stuff, sorry, that was on the internet. It's like, and they are not afraid to make mistake. If somebody have a deep, not a harmonized tone, somebody come in to cover that. That become the number nice tone, and they just go, and I keep repeating something simple. I keep something simple, like I'm like, I was part of that, and we don't have to say sit down. Let's have talk about our ethnic background, our difference. We don't have to talk. Shut up. We just be one. We don't talk. We are one. Regardless how I look, where I come from, how much money I have, how hungry I am, in that moment, we are one. I was a teenager. So, and they opened something to me as a Christian. I thought I stepped into Christianity to see reasoning, right? To see preachings, to know logic, to study Bible, all that about great stuff. But until that moment, when I step into that, now I know I study Bible. It's called the mind of Christ. That moment is eternal. I step into the mind of Christ. The gate is beauty. I never know that. So you want to preach about holiness? That's God. For a human being like us, we have to go through the gate of beauty to be able to be holy. And that's why Jesus looked at us on the cross, and he looks, everything is beautiful. He's willing to die for it. He called it joy. Yes, we are sinful. He's dying for sins, but on the cross, he's seeing not just sins, but the beauty that he's going to redeem from us. And I want you to know that it's the mind of Christ. To me, the first step is beauty. And it's totally shake my Christianity view. I start to read the Bible differently. You can try that when you read the Bible about holy. You that's God. But you put it on us. You turn it around to say you have the mind of Christ through how he looks at us beautifully. You replace with the mind of beauty, you will be shocked how much you want to be holy, how much you want to see things differently, how much you want to and okay. So I just look. So sorry, thank you, Andy asked good question. So you can see, like, when your mind is going through that true beauty, that you are unapologetically say, yes, transform my mind, redeem my mind. So now in my mind, not everything is ugly. That's why I have problem with some of today's theory about this nation is ugly, the history is ugly. No, be careful, because even through that ugly past of ours, we have to be able to redeem in our mind to see something beautiful. It's part of, we are human beings. That's part of who we are. That's part of being. It's part of being, because beauty is eternal thing. I want you to know that. All right. Now, you never seen Coach K like this, then you miss a lot. You should watch when I play keyboard and piano. I need that. I lost in the beauty. I think I'm an engineer. I'm not a musician, but I love playing keyboard and piano. You know why? And you should. So, hey, to restore your the passion, the beauty passion is such a small key that could unlock a lot of things. I talk about recycling business. You see, it could unlock the way you look at worship. You can unlock, you look at Christianity. You can unlock your desire to be holy. It's never a work like do. It's never a work anymore. It's about, yes, I want this. I desire this. It's even beyond belief. Wow, see. All right, so you have question online, you question here. We may end early because we don't have, a live passionaire here. So if you want to be with us, let me, if some questions, so good. Corny say you are coming to someone's room tonight. And I think understanding that beauty is fleeting and still finding attraction to someone is love and true beauty. Yeah, you see that, and that's why it's we have to train our mind to grasp or cherish, or I don't even want to use the word appreciate. This word should be thrive on beauty. So that means you look at your spouse, you look at, again, that you don't just look at the outward appearances, you start to have that beautiful mind. All right, so Coach Andy, could you explain more about how beauty is connected to mind and the heart? Yeah, and this side is very, very careful, because today's era, we connect beauty with how you feel. That's actually another passion called acceptance. Okay. Acceptance is more controlling your emotion. Okay. And beauty doesn't have to start off from emotion. It will engage emotion for sure. Absolutely. That's an end result. That's a byproduct. But if the beauty has to stir emotion, has to engage emotion, positive or negatively. It become a tool. That's some level of beauty. I'm not trying to ignore it, but the beauty that I'm talking about, that's really motivate a person, motivate someone to really get over the hump, to ignite something again, to almost start dreaming again. I've seen this coming over and over to somebody, and it has to come from here, mind. So you almost have to train your mind. That means what's input to your mind. You have to stop something. You have to have place to clean up the mind, detox, and let your mind be free. Critical thinking, or I don't know. And then you cannot stock your mind with all other people's beauty or emotion. So you have to kind of almost calm down, let your heart calm down, and almost be alone. So some of the greatest artists create the stuff alone. You know why? Because that's where they calm down, and from their heart, not from the connect, not from the do, not from the belief, they start to say, hey, and that's very crucial. So our mind need to be trained to feel beautiful, to appreciate beauty, to behold beauty, to talk beauty. All right. Yeah, people already ask, how does a person train their mind to think beautifully? All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's a long question. Make it short. You have to, number one, you have to really redefine beauty. Okay. So that's something you can do at work. Tonight, you can really look at things you've done beautifully in the past or right now. You think it's a beautiful thing, and strip it away from connect quadrant with people. Strip it away from do professional. Strip away from leadership. I have to lead someone with beauty. Get up. Once you can post it on a yellow piece of paper, you can post it. And then what's left is probably true beauty. Okay, that's number one exercise. Train your mind to discern what is true beauty. Okay, so you will be shocked how that will drive you. Like, wow. Okay, I can give you example. All right, I was in Taiwan when I was younger, so I didn't come from a very well family, so my family can only afford one person to learn piano. Right, so my younger sister got an opportunity. I'm not envious of her because I don't want to play piano. Come on, yeah. So she's a girl. She played piano beautifully, wonderful. I love it. But one day, when I saw, somebody play piano beautifully, I went back to ask my mom. Say, Mom, can I play? Okay. So I stopped learning piano, and you can see when I didn't even know how to play. And when I see something beautiful, I go back to the do quadrant, start spending time practicing it. Okay. And I'm not well trained classically. Okay. And I start to wander into chords and improvising. So you see, because I just want to express my beauty without limitation. And I have a pretty short finger. Okay. Guys, now I shouldn't do this. It's too bad. Now the whole world knows it. But no, my finger is never good for playing piano. Right? I don't care. Okay, I can play. And it has been with me now how many years? I never stop playing piano. Never. No matter when I go through the saddest moment, when my girlfriend dumped me in college, when you can name it. Okay, moments that piano is becoming part of who I am. Who I am. I can point out to those moments like I express my so it's not just emotion. I just soothes my emotion. Yeah, it does. That's a by effect. But I'm going back to that first moment it touched me, like my mind, like, wow, I don't know what that is. I cannot describe to you. But when first moment this piano sound touched me, I connect with that. I don't know how to describe it, just connect. You see, I want to reproduce that beauty in my mind. So I have a certain style because I want to reproduce it. see that. If you heard me play, you will see that. So one day I was in Albany, New York. It's in a big church, 600 people church. I was playing piano for an hour and a half. It was recorded. I only played 2 chords. Folks, an hour and a half. I played for hundreds of people, 2 chords. C, F and G, 2 chords for almost an hour and a half. It was recorded. 2 chords for an hour and a half. Man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. People start crying. Well, I hope you hear it. But I hope you listen to it. I listened. 2 chords, 2, never number 3. 2 chords for an hour and a half. It's still beautiful. But well, be careful. Well, you should listen to it so you know it's like a F G F G G G F F G. No, it's I'm trying to reproduce that first moment I'm touched by this sound. I'm capturing. I'm trying to not reproduce. I'm trying to enjoy it. And that pastor and his wife gave me that permission to do it. I want you to know. I want to set some of you free. Like you are in bondage with the beauty that need a little bit redemption today. Okay, like come on, set your beauty free. I want you to be ignited again. Like, oh, maybe the beauty I know I'm so in bondage with. Like, I can lay down the performance side of it. It sounds like that original sound, authentic sound. And I talked to a professional trained musician, and he's a very good Christian. And we talk about beauty, and I say this following thing, and I say, hey, young man, I'm looking forward to hear your authentic sound. He was like musically trained, like by professional school. He looked very sorrowful. Like, what do you mean, Coach K? Do you mean I actually have come up my own songs, lyric? I'm creating. No, I don't mean that, young man. I'm thinking like your authentic sound is more than just you start new song, new lyric. I'm thinking, and he couldn't get it. He's like, do you mean I'm not creative enough? Do you mean I also play somebody else's song? No, I'm like, whoa, like young man, it remind me that, the young and rich ruler came to Christ, right? And I almost have to say, you have to give up all you have right now on beauty and start to say, hey, I have to clean up my mind, empty it, detox it, and start to be almost like, So he walked away. I think he was offended by my comment, like he needs an authentic sound. I hope today you understand what I'm talking about. Authentic sound is not a new song or composition. It's who you are. So I played 2 chords for an hour and a half, unapologetically. I hope when I say that, it's not, I'm not skillfully enough to do that, but it's something. All right. So, all right. We'll wrap up before 9 today. Beauty people. Okay. All right. What is the difference between beauty and have a different perspective? That's very good. Let me explain this. Beauty is the key for you to see things have different perspective, not the other way around. Not because you want to have a different perspective, then you have beauty. No. When you grasp, really purify the beauty, and you start to train your mind to really, really have a beautiful mind, you and I shall have a unique, different perspective. Beauty is almost a must. Almost a must. My son, Zach, scored -2 beauty from our test, the passion test. But when he started working on his video game, like, I put on the VR, I walk into my son's garden or the game thing that he created. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. See, everybody, even you score -2, once your passion ignite, the beauty come out. The beauty just hide in the back and will come out. You see that, okay? But if you want to be led by beauty as a leading passion, that's a different talk, right? That's another talk. But beauty is always part of your thinking. If you can train your mind to be beautiful, I say to be beautiful doesn't mean to behave beautiful or to do beautiful thing. If you can prepare your mind to be beautiful, which I've been training that hopefully since my teenager years with those Aboriginal peoples, I still remember that day, folks. I don't know, it's still stuck in my mind, folks. You see how powerful that is after this many years. As first time I feel accepted by a very different looking, different color tone people, totally accepted. Now I know how to accept other people. You see that through music, that's that part. So I want you to know beauty is something, it's a missing tool. It's not a tool. It's a missing element that so abused by today's culture, so abused by today's ideology, so abused by today's commercialization of beauty. We lost it. We lost it. All right. One question, and we're going to wrap up. Hey, I hope I get some high beauty people coming in. We have a couple of people score high beauty, but no, I probably should get somebody in. But hey, how does the person use beauty to restore their entrepreneurial quadrant? Great question. That's what the topic of today. And it's basically just pick up beauty, train your mind beautifully. This is a training of your mind. And once you have that basic training, combine that with your other passion in the quadrant, say idealism. Okay. And when you work people who are wounded, who are poor, who need help, you cannot just see them the ugly side of it or the poor side of it, and you want to be their savior. Don't do that. Okay. And I'm the same man who just cried. I love him. And he just said, Coach K, I was in the trip. Also, I started making friends with homeless people. And he started buying food for them and making friends with them across this land. And he said, American homeless people are so lovely. I'm like, wow, give me example. So he just talk about that. And see a homeless young old man just say, look at him, a Chinese guy, like foreigner. His English is not fluent. They can talk for 2 hours. He's practices English. Not kidding, but they talk and he just give him tips and hint how to be a homeless, where you can get food, where you can get this. They just talk. And sometimes the guy just talk about, beauty, about, you can get the best scenery of this. So the next day he has to leave, right? To hop on the car to start his journey back to East Coast. He went back to the overhead, the bridge, and that old man's chair just, I think the old man went somewhere, but he has to leave. So he just bought a bag of food and he put the bag of food on the chair. And right next to that homeless empty chair with the food, there's a candle, just like lighting candle. And he has to say goodbye without a friend, a homeless friend there. So he hopped in the car. He started crying. Not crying because he feel he leave his friend helpless. No, if you go do good work for young, poor people, you feel they cannot live without you. You do with idealism without beauty. So bad. Sorry. You feel you owe them. No. And no, that's what this young man told me. He said, that chair, empty chair with the candlelight where homeless people stay, is beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm like, are you kidding me? What are you talking? What kind of beauty is that? He started to explain it. He couldn't explain it all, but he feel like that's his chair. That's his chair. He has been homeless all his life. Although he lived in the best area, the best apartment, he traveled all on the 5-star hotel. And he said, wow, I'm the same homeless like him. I think the candle is for him. to say goodbye to his homeless past. You see, I don't know. I want to, this is real. This person is real. Okay. I'll disciple coach him for season. Once he's over this, I'll have him have the testimony. And he never feel connect with American people. Now, after this, he love American people. I'm like, what? He's from China. He's like, I'm in love with American right now. I'm like, oh, not just a beautiful 5-star hotel. And then he stayed in downtown Philly on his way back. He said, Coach K, I stay in the Market Street, the best hotel. I opened it up. I missed my chair underneath the overhead bridge with a candle. When he said that he want to be a homeless, he know that experience, that beauty with idealism transform him. You see that? All right. So once you have a purified beauty, it's a powerful tool. If you bring that to anything on the E quadrant and pair up, it's powerful. If you are high curiosity, you combine beauty with curiosity. I have mathematician friends. They will tell you the formula in the mathematics is beautiful, pure form of beauty. Pure form of beauty. You see that. I hope you watch the movie called Beautiful Mind. And then you combine that with expedience, right? Travel. You guys know that minimally. Travel to really behold a new beauty everywhere you go. And creativity, and I can keep going, combine that with so this first time is to pair up with some other passion in the dream quadrant. Don't pair that up with other quadrant first, because you will lose that beauty quickly. But if you pair up with the passion in the dream quadrant, this is from motivation science. I do the class analysis how many years ago. I like, wow, I didn't know this. Beauty belongs to this quadrant. That's how it started. Okay. Hey, 9 o'clock. Any other question? Let me take a quick look. All right. Hey, so Passionaire, let me get the beauty thing. Beauty here. So, I talked for an hour already. That's amazing. Well, if you guys know me, I can talk for many hours non-stopping. So let me stop. Hey, if you are Passionaire online, this is the format we have. We have live. I won't show you data, but I will really blast you with a free benchmark test against global passion data. If you are willing to be on here, I know it would take some guts, I understand, but don't worry, we don't have that millions of people watch yet. So it's the best timing. You come on. It's not really full coaching session. Coaching session is more systematic, more professional. It's going to be a fun, but you'll get me here, okay? And I usually coach executives and people, but I'm here because I really feel I love this channel in a way we can communicate this way. I won't show your data to the public, but I will look at your data on my phone, benchmark against global data, and you can bring question on relationships, career, college, everything. We can look at your motivational data. Hopefully, we'll have a good conversation. And then we can, in that, to help other passionate out there, look at their own passion, like, oh, I feel the same. So if you are really up to doing this, please sign up, underneath this channel. There is a link. You can sign up. You can put your question there, and we will bless you with a free test. This test usually costs money and all that, but that's a small matter. I want you to know there's something I really, really want to be part of this process, your passion quest, right? With you. So, all right, let me wrap up. So all the high beauty, medium beauty, low beauty people out there. And this is my I wish out of all our passionate, there will be a group of high beauty people that will lead us, okay, with your high beauty, but not do something. Yes, you could. Absolutely. I stopped practice piano. Yes, you can really present that beautiful thing to people. Yeah, you can use beauty to lead, no problem, leader. But before you do all of that, I really I hope we have high beauty coaches and passionate that, hey, there will be some endeavor. When I say endeavor, means mind exercise, talk, and all that we can have beauty shine one more time in this era, in your mind, in my mind. And with or without digital technology, with or without social media, with or without camera, hey, that moment, clock stops. All right, so I'm so glad to have you here. Hopefully you have a wonderful summer is up. So hope to see you next week. If you want to be on, please sign up. And if you're able to subscribe, we are a couple people up to 100, not many, but I love it. I already enjoyed it. But if you're able to subscribe and click on, notifications, so when it's on, you can watch it, replay and all that. All right. Have a wonderful time.